Welcome to Unfiltered. This is Vito. I'm your host. Let's get started. Welcome to Served Unfiltered, episode 2. Today we are talking about something most of us don't give ourselves enough of: gratitude. But not gratitude for the world, gratitude for you and you only, because you are the most important person in your life. We celebrate everyone else. We clap for our friends. We say thank you to everyone. We lift our teams. We're genuinely nice and we do things because we think we have to. But when was the last time you told yourself thank you for not giving up? Because I did it. I did ask myself yesterday after a fantastic birthday celebration. And speaking of that, brand new sign for my podcast from Ivana and Olga. Shout out to them because I think there was a thought behind it. It's about the commitment and the fact that them, one of their presents to be this sign was actually me sitting down and creating my own little world like I've always wanted. And another shout out to, and it's special thanks to Ali and Brian. They made me a cup with my logo for my podcast. So cheers. So today's episode is raw, personal, and unfiltered. The way life actually feels behind the scenes. And we're going to talk about learning how to finally give ourselves the credit we've earned. And this is the hardest part because we're so negative to what we do. So it's time to actually learn how to do it, or at least I'm going to share how I did it. Being grateful to others is easy, right? But what about yourself? You have to be grateful for you to you first before you're able to realize what gratitude and to be grateful is. I don't know. It was so hard for me to actually catch the energy of what I'm trying to say. And I was trying to put it in writing first. That did not work out because when your head is chaos and it's like you just know that you have to admit that you've realized something and you've come a long way. So that's what's really important. And being grateful to yourself is the battlefield that nobody tells you how to fight on. It's the craziest part that people have solutions for everything, and most of the time advices and inspirational quotes and whatnot, but that battlefield intro of that, we don't have that. You have a book how to be grateful for everything around you, but how to fight that, it's not something that you can easily find, or even you read it, are you going to be able to understand it? Most of us grow up believing gratitude is something you give outwards. You say thank you to others so you don't look rude or ignorant. It's the polite version of yourself. You appreciate people because it's the right thing to do. And you show up for your team because supposedly makes you be a good leader. But is it genuine? Are all of these things actually genuine, or we're just doing it by the book to prove ourselves something? But we forget something huge. You cannot pour gratitude into the world from an empty cup. The hardest person for me to thank has always been me. And if I get emotional and start crying by the end of this episode, please bear with me. Because we don't see everything we do. We don't see the nights we push through exhaustion. Our mental space is not there. We can't fit everything in 20 minutes we're circling in bed. We don't see the fear we swallow just to keep going and keep pushing for yourself. And we don't see the pressure, the anxiety, the mistakes we carry quietly. And it's really hard because we only see what we didn't finish. And we're so hard on ourselves for all the things we didn't get right, or what we think we should have done better. But here's the truth, guys. Being grateful to yourself is a skill. And I turned 31 this Sunday, and it's not a skill you learn overnight. It's like pretty much like leadership, discipline, building a brand, like all of these, it's a skill. You have to get used to it. You have to practice it every day. And I have made a list of all the things I did get to that stage of actually being grateful to me. And we have to practice it. Before we practice it, we have to learn it, and then we have to practice it. And definitely it's not easy, and you have to allow yourself to be grateful to you first, because as I said, you can't pour gratitude into the world from an empty cup. And if your body is empty cup, then you do things only because you have to, not because you are genuine. Let's talk about all the work that nobody sees. Here is the early mornings that you wake up before your alarm goes off, because your head is like keep spinning and spinning and spinning in circles, and your brain is already started its own fucking checklist, and you're trying to get everything done even before you are supposed to be awake. Or the nights you go to sleep thinking about how to make tomorrow smoother, and that checklist is already in process, and then the next day you carry the shit from the night before, and it's like just the constant invisible work that we never celebrate. And we don't give enough credit to ourselves for the moments that we don't break down, and we damn probably could have. But we stayed up, we carried the strength, and we committed to ourselves. Nobody sees those. You're on your own. Everything is in your head. And we're trying to go through this again alone. Nobody sees the discipline behind the scenes. Nobody actually sees the pressure that we carry with a fucking smile on, because that's what we have to do. And nobody sees the fears that live inside you. And every time you take a risk, your chest is full of fear. But you see it, because I damn sure see mine every time. I saw it before I played record on this episode, because it's a fear that I'm still overcoming just by having this podcast out. We should be grateful for the version of us that fought through times younger us was never prepared for. So here comes something that's a little more emotional. It's the fact that I'm grateful for DeVito, who kept going when the language was not perfect. I am grateful for DeVito, who pushed even when confidence wasn't there, which this was in the beginning stage, but still, I had moments that my confidence is not all the way up. For the kid who left home to build life from zero. And for the man who don't let fear win, because that's exactly what stage I'm in. I don't let anything scare me, and I'm doing a pretty good job. That's the version I have. And there is a version of you who survive things other people don't even know, or they will never know. That person deserves gratitude. That person deserves recognition, and that person is you and deserve respect. The reason people struggle with self-gratitude is simple. We normalize our own strengths. We normalize that, oh, of course I'm getting up at 7 a.m. It's part of my routine. Of course I'm achieving something. Of course I will get something done. And if someone else comes and tells me, hey, for example, hey, I have a 10K in the morning and then I'm working a 12-hour shift. For example, I'm gonna be like, let's fucking go. You're killing it, man. Great job. I'm proud of you. But because I did it, it's okay that you committed to a 10K and you did it because you wanted to do it, and then you went to work because you still have to support your lifestyle. But if it was somebody else, I'd be like, oh my God, the time management is fantastic. Whatever they did is like so cool and so great. But when it comes to me, it's like, it's okay. And we pretty much like tell each other, we tell ourselves that that's what I'm supposed to do. Well, no, you are not supposed to do anything. We're not supposed to do anything. And life didn't guarantee you would become the person you are today. Life did not send you an estimate and you send the money and they were like, yep, in 10 years you're going to be XYZ, you're going to have XYZ characteristics, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be making XYZ money, you're going to have this job, that family. Life didn't promise you the courage you built. And it didn't, again, I go back to my blueprint. It's like, you didn't get a blueprint on how to do all of this, right? We created it brick by brick in failure after failure, because failures are lessons and we got to know how to read them and see what we could do better. But because used to being resilient, and we stop seeing it as special, we start thinking that strength and being superhuman and being able to handle every single fucking thing that comes your way, we're like, oh sure, it's something normal. Well, no, it's not. And you were not here by accident, and you were here because you didn't quit, and that deserves gratitude. Your strength deserves gratitude. Your commitment deserves gratitude. And you have to keep pushing for better you every day, but also being grateful. It's one of the first steps that you should try to take in your personal growth plan, because being grateful for what you actually do daily, or what you've done in the past, or what you're working on right now on the top of your full-time job, your responsibility number one right here next to me. My dog, responsibility number two is who knows where. You have to be grateful for what you have, of course, but also you gotta give yourself that gratitude for what you're doing right now. It's coming to the fun part. I've actually have it like all down about how to practice gratitude for yourself, and those are the things I actually do. So don't make fun of me. But the first one is talk to yourself the way you talk to someone you love. Because again, if your friend accomplished something you do daily, you hype them up. But for us, we minimize everything. We're like, it's okay. Stop that. Literally talk to yourself the way you talk to someone you love. Second one is give yourself credit out loud. Say it, but not in your head. Actually out loud. I handled today. I'm fantastic. I made progress. Say it out loud. When you look at something, just look at the mirror and be like, I made progress today. In my case, I recorded my podcast. I recorded my intro and outro today. I made a progress of my meal prep. But you have to say it out loud so you hear yourself complimenting too. Because it's very powerful. And again, I've been doing it for a while now. Wow, I would say been working on it for the past 6 months, since July. What's that? 5 months. And acknowledge the smallest wins is the third one. Not every victory is loud. There are small things that other people don't see, but you do. And it's a simple thing of, for example, there was a situation today and you find a way to control your anger. That's a win. Or you made a better decision that you used to. Or you stayed disciplined when no one was watching. Those are the things that they build empire. The small wins build empire. And that's what actually makes it so cool and so great, because we all know brick by brick, things happen. Small wins, small commitments actually get you to your bigger plan. Number 4, stop comparing your journey to anyone else. Our path is not supposed to look alike anyone else's path. It's different timeline, and your growth is happening in your chapter and not someone else's. I've said this on the previous episodes, talking about how we compare each other all the time and what other people are doing my age and what I actually want to do and what I see on social media, or and vice versa. But that's, again, our growth is happening in our own little chapter. And number 5 is remember what you survived. Gratitude hits different when you think about it as the things that should have broken you. but they didn't. And that's what you survive, because I know for a fact that almost every single one of us had something that flipped your world 60 and you had no clue what to do. But when you turn around and you look at the mirror and you tell yourself, thank you for handling this and actually helping me to be better and actually go through this, regardless if you're on your own, you still need your body, your mind to fully focus on the problem and realize how to fix it. When you start being grateful to yourself, everything changes. And I'm gonna speak again from personal experience here. I've always thought that, again, I should be the Superman to be able to achieve everything. I should know everything. I should be able to handle anything. And when you give yourself that credit, it's really nice. Being grateful to yourself, the things that change are you stop chasing validation, because you don't need anyone else to give you the validation. You have yourself. You stop apologizing for your ambition, because you don't need that. You have your ambition and you do things on your own, and that's what you deserve. Self-gratitude creates confidence, but not the loud kind, not the one that I have. It creates that steady, grounded kind, because you know what you have now. You know what you deserve. You know how to do certain things and how to express yourself. And that's the version of you the world needs. And it's the kind that says, I know who I am, I know what I bring, and I'm proud of myself. So today, I want you to do something uncomfortable. I still cannot pronounce that word right. Say thank you to yourself, but not for the perfection, for the effort, for the resilience, for the growth, for all these little small achievements that you did and you didn't even realize what you've accomplished. Being grateful to yourself is not an ego. It's healing, it's grounding, and it gives you that protection of actually knowing what you've done for yourself, because you're the hero and you have to say thank you, yes you, for showing up. And thank you for listening Served Unfiltered today. We're important, we matter, and we have to appreciate ourselves a little more and what we do. And if this episode hit you, share it with someone who also forgotten how strong they are, and they need to be grateful to themselves, because we deserve better and we have to slowly work towards feeling better. And gratitude to us, not to the world, is one of the most important steps to begin our journey of being grateful.
You've just finished another episode of Served Unfiltered, and I appreciate you more than you know. If you're growing with me, hit follow, leave a review, and let's keep building the community of real, honest humans. I'm Vito, reminding you that your story deserves to be heard, your effort deserves to be seen, and your dreams deserve your discipline. See you next episode.